Machu Picchu. Focus question. What do you people today know about the Machu Picchu and the Inca people? The hidden city, high in the Andes Mountains of Peru, is an ancient city. Machu Picchu. No one has lived there for hundreds of years. The city was hidden by thick forests and nearly forgotten for a long time. Then, in 1911, an American explorer named Hiram Bingham climbed up a long steep path. When he reached the top, he was amazed at what he saw. There were ancient roads, stone walls, and buildings. Bingham knew this man was an important city. He understood that Machu Picchu was an ancient treasure of the Inca people. The Inca people. It is not easy to learn about the Inca. Many experts think they had no written language. People learn that their lives were lived by studying what they left behind. Experts think the Inca first lived in the mountains of Peru. They became good at making buildings and roads. They also knew how to grow crops for food. An Inca leader named Pachacuti ruled from 1438 to 1471. Experts think Machu Picchu may have been built for him. Under his leadership, the empire stretched through what are now the countries of Ecuador and Peru. An Inca empire grew as the Inca won battles with nearly enemies. Over time it grew to include about 12 million people. Cuba, Greece, and many other countries today have fewer people. Building Machu Picchu. Why did the Inca build Machu Picchu so high in the mountains? Experts think it may have been so they could observe people moving below in the valley. Yet people below could not see that there was a city on top. Even if they had, the location would have been easy to defend. A rain-fed spring feeds the area. The Inca built a canal that carried this water to fountains. Machu Picchu was also close to an area with lots of rocks. This means that walkers did not have to carry heavy rocks a great distance. It's still a mystery how the Inca carved the rocks into such perfect bricks. However, they did it. Experts think it may have taken them many months to complete one wall. The Inca fits those stones together without using anything to hold them in place. The stones fit very well too. If you tried to slip a knife between them today, you could not. The city was divided into two parts. One part was houses and temples, such as the Temple of the Sun. On the first day of winter, sunlight enters the window and shines on a large rock in the middle of the room. Another temple is the Temple of the Three Windows, which also has 3 walls. The other part of the city was growing crops. Here, the Inca built layered gardens on the side of the mountain. They grew crops such as beans, potatoes, and tomatoes. The Spanish arrived in the 1500s. Explorers from Europe came to South America. They brought illness with them that spread and killed some Inca people. In 1532, a Spanish explorer named Pizarro wanted to take control of the Inca Empire. His soldiers killed many Inca people and their leader. Not long after the Spanish come, the Inca left Machu Picchu. The city fell into ruin. Machu Picchu now, although it's hard to reach, people like to visit Machu Picchu. Once they see the beautiful city, they know their trip was worth it. Today, people work to protect Machu Picchu. They know that this plane can teach us about the Inca and their way of life.